equinox portal. This is day 3, the final day of this 3-day meditation healing ritual series to celebrate the equinox, but also the new astrological year, the Aries new moon, and all this amazing fresh energy that we're just being inundated with. If you're new here, hi, I'm Melissa. I'm a transformational coach, Reiki master, and energy witch. And today we'll be doing some deeper mindset work around the themes that are coming up right now with the beginning of this new astrological year. And we'll do a little bit of a healing ritual. It'll be super delicious. So let's get to it. If you missed the previous days, you can go back and check them out now or later. No big deal. But go ahead and open up a window, grab a candle, grab a lighter, grab your journal and a pen. I really just want to talk quickly about the astrological climate that we have going on right now. So not only is it the new astrological year, new Aries season, and a new moon phase, but we have one of the, if not the biggest, most significant astrological events happening tomorrow, March 23rd. So it really brings in this big fresh new energy, and that is Pluto entering Aquarius. Pluto has not been in Aquarius for 200 years, so it is definitely a significant event. Pluto changes sign every 30 years, so again, once in a lifetime. big cycles changing, a new cycle opening for us, and Pluto represents transformation and power and death. So it could be that in order for this fresh new beginning to take place, something will need to fall away or die off or end. So it's like closing a chapter to open a fresh new one. So you might want to look into where Pluto is in your chart and what themes are being highlighted for you. So just Google it up and you'll be able to check that out. But right now we have also the sun and the moon that are in Aquarius, right? When we have a new moon, the sun and the moon are in the same sign, really exacerbating that energy. And usually it is very strongly leaning obviously into one direction, one theme, but since we're on the equinox right now, we have this balance of light and dark. It's a really good push to think very carefully about how you want to move forward in a balanced way, because Aries is a fire sign. It's also the baby of the zodiac. It's the first sign of the astrological wheel. It's the fastest manifester. It's impulsive. So think of this baby energy. Everything's fresh and new, and you want to just do all the things, but you have this beautiful opportunity, this spark of energy, this enhanced courage, this enhanced motivation, this wanting to rush into action and things moving very quickly, things, having the opportunity to manifest rapidly. But I want you to think mindfully about the direction that you're launching yourself in, right? So the new moon is always this time where you're like pulling back the arrow and really mindfully deciding what direction you want to launch yourself in. So take the time now, right? With all this fresh energy, where do you want to direct it, right? And chances are you've done a lot of this reflecting before, but Aries is all about action, right? So in order to be very strong with the action that you're moving forward with and being more efficient with your own very precious energy, it is important to do all of this, reflection work prior, right? And it is also important to mention that Aries is all about action. So while, lots of manifesting energy is here for you and your thoughts are very important, the way that you set up your mindset is very important, and that is something that we're going to do today. You do need to take action, right? And you do need to have the mindset that supports that action, right? So really remember your role and your power in the universe as a co-creator. Know that you are magical. Know that you deserve to put your dreams out into the ethers, but also materialize them and take the consistent, the often scary action, right? And we're gonna really tap into that, right? But again, spring is also a time of purging, of cleaning. So the more room you make for the new that you're calling in, the better. So you may want to clean up your digital spaces and clear contacts, clear old messages, old pictures, old this, old that. So clearing your digital spaces, clearing your physical spaces, doing a good spring cleaning. You can do it in steps and stages, but that could be one of the main focuses that you have for this season. It's just, very much supported right now. You can do a detox, even though I'm definitely not an advocate for those like teas and juices and juice cleanse and stuff like that. It is, although, a really good time to clear your detox pathways by making sure that you are, going to the bathroom regularly, taking steps to rectify that if you aren't, maybe doing a parasite cleanse. There's a lot of information out there. I've done it in the past. If you want to ask me questions about it, I can maybe do a video on that. That is very favored right now. So just taking really good care of your physical body in general, because this transition from winter to spring is very harsh on the body. So you want to make sure you're staying hydrated, you're nourishing yourself while you're moving your body. The liver really takes a hit in spring, and so it could be, and we have this like yang masculine energy coming up that could be stirring up some anger, which is all very much tied to the liver in Chinese medicine. So support your liver, support your detox pathways, support your physical body through this very harsh transition into spring. But I want to give you very tangible steps right now for shifting your mindset. So number one was really being mindful about the direction you want to launch all of this amazing energy into, right? So zero in on the projects and the priorities that you will be focusing on in the next month with this Aries season, but also in the next 90 days, right, for this season. And you can think about the whole astrological year. That's totally cool as well. But I feel like in terms of setting goals and setting intentions, 90 days really is the sweet spot, because you've got plenty of time to take action. You can set it up into stages. You can plan out, first I'm going to focus on this aspect and then on this aspect, and then you sort of like create the building blocks for your vision. It's enough time to do what you need to do, but it's a short enough amount of time that you can wrap your head around, which is what I was saying yesterday in the meditation, right? So number one, really zero in on your projects and your priorities that you're going to be focusing on. So what you might even do, and what might even be super simple, is look over the 3 areas of your life, like personal, career, and relationships. What are your projects there? What are your priorities? And what are the steps that you're going to take? So that's number one. And it leads into number 2, make a detailed plan of action. Action is the key word for Aries season. So make room for lots of self-care as well. Okay, so don't just overdo it and over hustle and, burn yourself out. The more action you take, the more you need to take care of yourself, okay? You need to match it up. The more you're showing up and taking action and doing the scary things, the more you need to rest and spend time in self-care. So you do need to be very organized. You do need to set up your time in a certain way where you're honoring your energy and you're honoring your well-being as well, okay? So make a detailed plan of action, but make room for that self-care, okay? So that's number 2. And number 3, really take advantage of the courageous energy of Aries season right now to confront some of your fears, okay? And the easiest way to do this is to think about the things that you've been trying to manifest, the things that you've been wanting to manifest, and what has been getting in the way. What has historically gotten in the way of that in the past, right? So let's say you've been wanting to manifest a lot of money. What has gotten in the way of that, right? And obviously there are often social constructs and stuff like that that are in the way, but I want you to think about like what scares you when it comes to that, right? So sometimes it's taking the action that's scary. Sometimes it's actually being scared that once you get the thing, you won't be able to keep it, or it means something else. So again, we'll stay on the example of money, but let's say, yeah, you want to make $1 million, right? But you are already like so resentful towards paying taxes, for example, and you're like, man, when I'm gonna get that $1 million, I'm gonna have to pay so much in taxes, and there's gonna be so many other things, and there's gonna be so much to manage, and be so many moving pieces, and maybe in the past I haven't managed my money well, and so maybe once I get the $1 million, I'm not gonna be able to manage it well, and blah, blah, blah. And all of these stories are running in the background of your mind that you're not even conscious of, okay? And these are all things that obviously take root often in childhood and what we've seen our parents model. So there really are a lot of layers here, but really think about, okay, what if I got the thing that I was manifesting? What would that mean, right? And so sometimes it really does scare us to get the things that we want, right? And you need to think about what mindset shift needs to occur in order to support you actually getting the thing that you want, right? What do you need to clean up in terms of your mindset, right? So you can, for example, say, if I've got the $1 million, I've got plenty more coming. It's not just I get the $1 million and that's it. There's always going to be more coming. I'm always going to have more than enough to cover the bills, to cover the tax bill, to cover all of the things that are coming up. I'm going to be able to manage it well because I am actively working on my ability to manage things, my ability to hold more And it's just going to be a natural evolution. I don't need to have all of the answers right now, but I can trust myself, right? And a lot of it does come down to self-trust in these instances, not only just with money, but with everything else, right? Oftentimes we don't trust ourselves to take the action, to do the scary things, to confront people, to do the things that we know we need to do to get there. And that often comes down to letting ourselves down for the little things, right? We need to, in order for us to really trust ourselves with the big things of being able to keep the money, to keep the relationship, to, keep those promises to ourselves, we need to keep the smaller promises to ourselves. So that's why it's important to have some daily non-negotiables, like very minimum daily non-negotiables, so that you can build that trust within yourself, right? So if you tell yourself, well, I'm going to work out 3 times a week, and then you never keep that promise to yourself, or you say, I'm going to do self-care 3 times a week, and that's usually the first thing to go, then either you need to be shifting how you set that goal and set that promise to yourself, but you also need to take it more seriously when you do make that promise to yourself, and imagine that you making that promise to yourself is you making that promise to the most important person in your life, because you should be the most important person in your life. That's one of the major things that I see as part of the undercurrent of what blocks us, right? So I'm gonna throw up some journal prompts to help you move through that, whatever is coming up for you, whatever is the biggest fear that is sort of percolating in your mind right now. So take some time to really go through these journal prompts. You can either pause the video and do them right away, or you can take a screenshot and journal on them throughout the week. There are about 6 of them, so work through them, but use this Aries season to really confront these issues and really choose a new way of being, right? Because that is what we're doing with this new astrological year right now. So I'm very excited for you. We'll just take a couple of minutes now that you've done a little bit of journaling to just cleanse and release, right? So you might want to light your candle. We're gonna draw a protective shield around ourselves. So candle is lit. And get your dominant index finger. We're gonna cast a clockwise circle all around us so that we are protected in all directions of space and time. We'll take a few deep cleansing breaths. Now open up to it if you give me permission. I'll be pouring some universal life force energy over you, some Reiki energy healing, so that it can clear away and carry away all that no longer serves you, the energy signature of these fears, of these limiting beliefs, so that you can continue to clear them out of your energetic field. But if you've identified now the major fear, the major limiting belief, maybe it is, this fear that you won't be able to manage what it is that you have, right? So hold that fear and belief at the foreground of your mind and imagine it taking on a shape and a color, and see that shape and color sort of hovering right in front of your face. So take some deep breaths, and then when you're ready, I want you to destroy this entity, okay? So it can be that you pull out a flamethrower and you set it on fire and its ashes get blown away in the wind. You may take a sledgehammer and just smash it to smithereens. It can just spontaneously combust. However way to fully destroy this thing, visualize it now and see it totally cleared away from your energetic field. The Reiki energy now is removing all cords to this fear and belief. So take some deep breaths. As this is happening, the Reiki energy is balancing your masculine and feminine energy. It's balancing your entire chakra system. So breathe deeply and just relax and release. The more you relax, the deeper you allow the energy to do its healing and cleansing work. And what you might want to do is write out a list of what you're ready to release, and then you can safely set it on fire. I like to do this over the sink, but if you want to just get a bowl of water, light it on fire, and then as it's, getting to like the danger zone, you just put it into the bowl of water, you put it into the sink. This is a really good way to do a nice releasing and cleansing. And then you write out what your priorities are, what your projects are, make your plan for this Aries season, for this new astrological year. And I really truly wish you the most magical and prosperous unfolding. I'm sending you so much love, so much healing. I appreciate you for participating in the Equinox portal. I had such a great time. I would love to hear your feedback in the comments below. If you are not, definitely subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when new videos pop up. But yeah, I am so blessed that you're here. I'm sending you so much love, and I wish you the absolute best. I'm going to take a moment to share more on my Heightened Healing program, which is a fully online enhanced Reiki certification program that you can work through at your own pace. And while we cover all the Reiki basics, you also learn my signature trifecta healing approach that covers subconscious reprogramming, manifesting, and somatic release, as well as how to tap into and develop your own unique spiritual gifts and psychic abilities. Levels 2 and 3 also include a business masterclass. All levels of Reiki are available either individually or as a bundle, and each level includes modules with videos, PDFs, quizzes, and resources. There are also live weekly office hours with me, and between the office hours you have one-on-one Voxer coaching with me to support you on your journey to becoming a powerful, ethical, and successful energy healer. So if your calling is to serve by healing and giving people the tools and techniques to live their best lives, join Heightened Healing today.